Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Friends of the Show. I'm Kehm, and I'm here with my best friend, Austin, and we're here to discuss the Real Housewives of Atlanta and the Real Housewives of Rhode Island with you today.
Woo woo.
It's going to be kind of a go-along ride because these two episodes were up and down. They fluctuated quite a bit.
Agreed. So let's start off like we always do. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17, episode 8, a sound bath breakdown. And man, ladies, I love you, but this episode almost put me to sleep.
Yeah, I woke up at 3 a.m. and went back to bed. That's how,
You should try again tomorrow.
Try again in about 2 hours because this is just not going to happen right now.
And it was only 9 o'clock. I'm like, usually I'm not tired till about 11, but this was like a lullaby.
This was an Ambien. We opened to Kelly in her restaurant discussing multiple things. She brings up her financial woes with her family and how that restaurant is actually not doing well, which you were privy to before this. So we've been watching you, Kelly.
And I'm like, so did the one she was saying isn't doing well? I wonder if that's the one that closed. Or
no, it's the brand new one is what she said. The one that they just opened up on the show.
Ooh, Kelly.
Maybe you should stop expanding and just keep one location.
If the one location's working for you, just focus on that, clearly.
It's the way to go.
And let your mom run everything because I bet she has it together.
It seems like her mom kind of is running everything because she said, we need to retrain the kitchen. We need to retrain the staff. And Kelly was just like, oh, okay.
She was with her grandma as well. It was a cute little family affair.
Yeah, and they discuss, she admits to being in a 1-year relationship with a man named, quote unquote, Jarvis.
Or Tony Starks.
Or Tony Starks with a S.
They asked Kelly, why Jarvis as his nickname? She said, well, it's from Iron Man.
And that's about it.
That was it. And I was like, you could have paid probably 100 people. Everyone would have guessed Iron Man. So I'm just saying it wasn't the most cute thing you thought it was.
I'm just like, is it because he simplifies her life? Or is it because he's a computer? Yes.
I thought that too. And I do appreciate her saying Tony Starks. So thank you for that laugh, Kelly. And then what do? We see Phaedra, Angela, Porsha, and Drew all having dinner.
Yeah. And Phaedra is the first one to be like, hey, y'all, Kehm says we're plotting against her, which I find to be hilarious because the fact that Kehm doubles back and goes to Phaedra and goes, well, I guess you're not so bad.
And then she's like, and I got to keep Phaedra close.
Yeah, I need one of the rats in the loop.
Phaedra's a good one to do.
Phaedra's going to keep it real and also not get messy anymore, which we saw because she immediately was like, I'm not part of this mess. Leave me out of it.
She was too busy doing a sound bath for people.
Which I don't blame her. Good for her. Get your Reiki on, girl, because Reiki's weird, but I'm into it.
I'm into it. I would have loved to have floated in the pool for a meditation.
It would have been nice.
But okay, we're jumping ahead. Let me not get there. But so they sit down. They're talking about Kehm yet again. I don't know where at the start of the episode, I'm still kind of on Kay's side a bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this is all getting blown out of proportion. But if Kay just comes and puts it on the front, then we'll get somewhere. That didn't happen.
No, but I'm also still, I guess I'm on the fence with Kay and I'm kind of on Porsha's side being like, these are the voices in her head. Just because I've been here with Kehm before on Love and Hip Hop, where she's sometimes been a little delusional on what's happening to her or around her.
Just a little delusional.
And escalated problems to places they didn't need to necessarily go. But I mean, she said, yodelee, yodelay. And I ain't mad at it.
I clapped. And let me tell you, I was kind of, who says it? That's like, Kay. Oh, it's about Kay being upset with Porsha for Porsha not telling her they dated the same guy.
But in Porsha's defense, she says, I didn't even know you.
Why would I tell you? We weren't friends yet. And then Kay tries to argue, well, when we became friends, it's like, you're still not friends though.
Also, Kay, let's talk about the fact that you're getting really defensive over your friendship/relationship with this man you share in common with Porsha. Yet Black can't be your friend.
And you're still trying to fight Drew over all this?
And you're still trying to fight Drew. So I'm very confused. Can you be friends with a man or can you not?
And I think it was Drew who was like, you just got married. Like, you can calm down a bit.
A little bit.
And I was like, you know what, Drew? I really like you this season because your comebacks to K. Michelle have been killing me.
Drew's never kind of missed. She's always been ready.
She's quick with it. It's like I wanted to see K. Michelle's side, but you can't mess with Miss Porsha Williams and think I'm going to ride with you still.
Yeah, I want to see Kay's side, but I guess I have to see the actual receipts, the evidence.
Right.
And
she keeps saying, I'm not going to repeat what he told me about Porsha. And I'm like,
do it.
Do it, because you doing that is even worse to me. Because now we have to paint it in our own minds.
It's going to wind up not even being that bad. And then it's going to look really stupid.
Yeah, and it's going to make Porsha look better. So you shouldn't have went there, Kay. We love you, though. What else do our ladies get up to?
Porsha gets into her relationship status quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. With, what's her lovely name?
We have both Sway and Mike involved with Porsha.
Sway.
Mike, we saw previously telling Porsha that it's a deal breaker for him if she does not want to have a baby.
Right.
And then Porsha's like, well, I don't know about that.
She said, I just got it together, too.
And now Sway is back in the picture saying, hey, I want a baby.
But I can carry him.
And, you know, more power to you. Because if you want a baby and you want to carry it, go for it.
And you're younger than Porsha, I'm assuming.
They look about the same age to me.
I assumed, but I thought Porsha looked younger. But
yes.
So I was like, well, I guess I don't know. But that's fierce for Porsha.
Yeah,
and I'm happy for her. And they're still together.
That's so beautiful.
Every time I see she's doing press or something, she got her there with her.
I gotta say, like, I really respect the conversation that they had. Like, are you sure you can be in a relationship with a woman for the rest of your life? And instead of Porsha saying yes or no, she said, I'm figuring it out, which I highly respect.
Yeah.
And she's not like, no. She's not like, yes. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm just dipping my toe in the water and you think I'm going to marry you? Like, did you just propose?
Right. And have babies? I mean, but it's good to know before you get too serious.
I guess so. But lesbians like to move quick. That girl said 1 year, I want this baby.
That is such a stereotype. And she played right into it.
She did. And apparently they've known each other for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not super quick. But
still,
it's quick if you just jump into the relationship finally.
I mean, my favorite joke I ever heard was lesbians 3 weeks into a relationship will show up to a date with a U-Haul.
It's not even 3 weeks, baby. Let me tell you. I was moved in with my ex after like a couple days.
She said, I'll stay here. But Porsha, she just deserves the biggest round of applause right now. Because can you call Kyle Richards and tell her this is how it's done? Oops, sorry, Kyle.
She said, I'm here. I'm queer.
She said, I'm half queer. Get used to it. Kyle said, I don't know who you're talking about. And it's just refreshing to see somebody actually be honest about who they're dating when the cameras aren't around.
And be like sweet about it.
Yeah. And be real. It just humanizes everybody. I'm like, Kyle, you made yours so much worse.
There is the loudest plane right now.
So anyway, from Porsha, we visit with Shamea,
who is going through some more fertility issues. We find out she's had 5 failed transfers now. We knew she was on the last male egg, but 5 in a row, that's a lot.
Your body's been through it.
You've been pulling eggs out like nobody's business. You like a chicken house right now.
Yeah. And you know that process ain't easy on the body.
No, it's very difficult.
So I feel very bad for her.
I do. And then I also feel bad that like things haven't been easy with her surrogate. Yeah. She's had to get another one. And her BFF Kelly is sitting out at the clinic with her because her husband never goes with her.
I hate that. What is with men like that?
I don't get it. You want the baby so bad, supposedly.
But you can't go to the doctor with her?
While she cries?
Yeah. I felt, Kelly, you were a good friend in this episode to her. I will give you that.
And when Shamea said that Simon doesn't like her acting.
I almost punched my TV.
And Kelly said, you had a career before this man, and you're going to have a career with this man.
And I said, preach, Kelly. You tell him the facts.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated it. It makes me a little nervous for Shamea.
I think Shamea's just going to like fold into herself, unfortunately, instead of outwardly expressing herself creatively still, because she's got this hindrance in her marriage of not being able to do things.
And her first thought was like, well, I guess I have to give up my career now.
I'm done now. That was it.
He said one passing comment and you're going to give it all up?
I mean, I don't know what Tubi movies Shamea's in, but...
She was on a press tour at the start of this episode. I said, what press tour for what movie?
She was? I didn't even blink and notice it.
She was sitting with her co-star and an interviewer. You said didn't even register.
Nope.
Sorry, girl. It can't be a big movie. I never knew she was in a movie.
No, it's got to be straight to Tubi.
Because I see all the movie trailers, at least the big ones. I've got to tell you, I just love Angela Oakley.
Angela's killing it this season.
She's housewiving to a T. She's like doing conflict and immediate resolution by the next episode. Not by the end of the season at the reunion, but like next time she sees these people, she's like, I'm sorry.
Which she was not like in the past.
No. And I'm like, if she don't win whatever the
most improved housewife.
Yeah. I don't know how we get her that award, but I'm campaigning.
Ooh, there should be like BravoCon awards.
There are. That's why I'm like, she better win one.
Yeah, most improved housewife.
And people loved her last season, but she's a real MVP. Because they all show up to go to Phaedra's sound bath, meditation, Reiki time. When Angela sees, who was it? Was it Kelly or Kay? She was like, I'm so sorry. I misunderstood. I thought it was Shamea who was stirring the pot. And none of them had a word to say. They were just silent, especially Shamea.
But she apologized.
That's why I'm like, why are you mad?
And then they kind of just, stare at her for a while.
And you know Angela's like, okay, I'm done with that.
She said, hands clean.
Let me remove myself. Then they do the actual meditation in the pool.
Shamea almost drowns, apparently.
I loved the way Aiden was holding her in her floaty like a baby.
As a 15-year-old child, not even a man.
Exactly. He's like, I don't know what to do. And she just froze. She said...
And I love Phaedra telling him to go get her, too.
And then she goes out on the side. And when they were doing the sound bath, she was getting into the rhythm. So that's real, Shamea. Thank you.
I loved the sound bath with Phaedra on the flute. I was dead.
They just cut to Phaedra playing the flute and I was crying. I haven't laughed that hard at Atlanta in a long time.
When she said Andretta 2K, I was dead. And then she brought out the fattest flute, like a big dick flute, started piping it down.
She did. I was like, is that a wind flute? What is that?
What is that?
Then after that, that's when they cut to Shamea, just like...
I would be the same way.
And finally, we got some addressment of Kelly wearing her white t-shirt in her confessional.
Which I gotta say, did somebody get a sneak preview? Because like, I didn't see the white t-shirt last week, and here's the white t-shirt. But I heard about the white t-shirt last week.
I've been hearing about it, I feel, for like 2 weeks on social media.
There's gotta be someone who's getting these episodes early.
And whoever you are, can you call us?
Because...
We want the inside too.
I don't want to wake up at 3 a.m.
No. So Kelly, no offense, that probably is the worst confessional I've ever seen.
Don't care if it's Tom Ford or not.
Nope.
You looked like trash.
You rolled out of bed and said, all right.
It wasn't even a good white tee.
It was a white tee.
It was overly baggy, so it didn't look good.
Well, you know, she had to get an extra large and she said, okay, it's a dress.
Yeah, but like there's ways to do that. You don't get like one. You look like Dobby. You don't look like you're wearing a nice like t-shirt dress, like that kind of cinches a little bit.
And I knew the producer was being
shady
because she said, you want to tell the people about what you're wearing? I said, we never hear the producers' voices, so I know that was shade.
Especially over what they're wearing.
Sorry. Not sorry. So then after the meditation, they all sit for dinner. And this is where this episode popped off.
Finally.
And unfortunately, it was like the final 5 minutes.
Which was the preview for it last week. Yeah. So we kind of already knew. Because
you told me. It was like, you were like, Porsha's getting a glass in the face and walking out.
And
that's what happened.
And that's where Drew and K. Michelle got into it over Black again.
She said, yodel.
Drew told her, you need to yodel something. And she said, I will yodel. Yodel.
She was real for that. I don't care. Then, for some reason, because the fight is originally really between Kay and Porsha. Because Portia's like, I really would have appreciated it if you had just told me. Because you could tell I was trying to be nice to you in that moment when we were in Dallas. And you let me comfort you instead of just telling me.
And Kay, with the voices in her head, is like, well, why would I tell you when you should know? If you're already plotting against me. You're doing
it. You see Porsha is stumped. She's just like, I don't know what to do.
That's why I don't believe Porsha really is trying to do anything nefarious, because Porsha really can't hide when she's doing something shady.
It's true.
Because she just turns any kind of defensiveness becomes whatever you're accusing her of. We've watched it all season already. It's happened with Kelly multiple times. Whatever you accuse her of, she just throws it back at you. Mm-hmm. And this, she's just sitting there going, what?
Baffled. And I was too at this point. I'm like, we're still going.
Just Kay.
Baby, I think you got to get off Twitter. It might not be helping.
Yeah, you need some help.
Sometimes if you hear voices in your head,
it's not right.
It ain't real. For some reason, the fight, I almost said pipe, the fight pivots to Kelly and Porsha, like immediately. Kelly was looking for her moment.
Kelly's always looking for her moment. She's got to make that bread.
Because she said it in the episode, I can't film my kids. Yes. So immediately she puts a glass in Portia's face. I'm like, there she goes, looking for her moment.
Like, I still don't know what that popped off about.
Me neither.
I just know glass in the face, Porsha saying, get that glass out of my face.
It was about Porsha accusing Kelly of sleeping with a married man.
Again.
Because it was K. Michelle being like, why would I trust you, Porsha? You're the one who...
Oh, yes.
When I first sat down with you, accused her of being with a married man.
And then Porsha said, well, she did sleep with that preacher, so...
She did. We didn't know he was a preacher.
Yeah, no, she soft-outed him. Totally. And if you want your research done, you just got to go on Twitter now to figure out who it was.
I was just going to say, she knew what she was doing. She gave the audience enough breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
To go figure it out.
They figured it out right away. Mm-hmm. And I feel bad for that preacher's wife. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. Because I don't feel bad. You're a preacher cheating on your wife. Seems about right.
Sounds like someone's not making it into heaven.
No kidding. What are you up to? But I lived for Porsha in that. She said, Phaedra, you know he's a preacher. You know who he is. And Phaedra was like, yes, I do. Trying not to out him, which I do appreciate, Phaedra.
Phaedra looking out for the families this year.
And then they hit us with a to be continued. The fight's not over.
And then we go on to RHORI, where it picks up in season 1, episode 9.
Questionable behaviors.
This episode starts where the fight left off, and we have Rosie and Kelsey ending their fight. Kelsey's on her way home. She calls Liz and tells her she's been called a slam pig.
She omits the fact that she pulled up with a bullhorn on her car.
She does.
To everybody. She never mentions that part.
No. And Liz is just like, oh, that's crazy.
That's an overreaction. But good. It made good TV.
It did. I don't think, though, that they needed to include that extra little bit. I felt like they extend a lot of these Rhode Island episodes, I've noticed, by 10 minutes. And I felt like they did not need the 10 minutes this episode.
No, because you know what I felt about that is that they gave a lot of that time to Rulla and Alicia on the beach.
And again, another scene cut too long because Alicia doesn't tell Rulla about the video of her husband cheating.
And it's just Rulla ranting about like, here's what you have to do to protect yourself. And I'm like, are you doing any of that, Rulla? Because you seem a mess.
And then Alicia asking you, how long have you been married for? And you defend your marriage like he's not cheating on you. And girlfriend, your girl's asking you how long you've been married for. You should be questioning why she's asking you questions about your marriage.
But then Rulla would say stuff like, you know, he used to worship me. Isn't it sad where we've come? But then she's also like, but the mistress is crazy and you can't believe it. And I'm like, but you're admitting it in some of your words.
She needs to just get him an AI girlfriend.
Do something. A fleshlight. Lock him in a room.
And then we have a triple date between Joellen, we have Liz, and we have Kelsey with their men.
Bill, Gary.
And Jerry.
And Jerry, yeah. I love that everyone, it's very Jersey. Like almost all the men have the same names.
Yeah, we have 2 Billies and then a Gary and a Jerry. But I digress.
Their triple date was cute though. I liked seeing all the men. I also liked seeing all the men get a little shady.
Yeah, because they actually asked Bill, they said, do you have a problem with that man paying them bills? And just like I thought, Seems like he does.
He sure does seem like he does.
He said it's not his problem to be paying for that.
Well, and you can tell he's not thrilled about that situation. And then Kelsey can't help herself. They're like, do you have to do anything for him to pay your rent? She's like, I have to blow him once a month.
Not even once a month. She said once a week.
Oh, it was a week. Even worse.
He didn't find that funny at all. I wouldn't find it funny.
I didn't, because I'm like, I see him. He's uncomfortable before you got asked that question. So.
And if the rumors are true and it's been 2 years.
Time to cut the cord.
I'm a little bit like, all right, girl, are you going over there once a week? Because how is this still happening?
And he knows you're with Bill at this point. So.
Yeah, she says if I got serious with Bill, he would cut it off. So like if you move in with him or what? Because what I thought you were in a relationship, and if I was your ex, I would stop paying the second you got in another relationship.
Doesn't matter if you live together.
Doesn't matter any of it. Now you're moved on. I moved on.
Also, as Liz said, it's common law if Rhode Island has common law, but you should have went to the court about that.
I'm like, then you got to go through things, but you didn't.
So
especially if he's a judge's son or something, you're not going to go anywhere in that anyways.
Yeah, that's a good point. They also talk about Alicia. Was she homeless or not?
They can't seem to let that go. Liz can't. But she claims she's trying to protect Alicia's family by being like, they were never homeless because the family took them in.
Right. They stepped in and would never have let them be actually on the street.
But I see Alicia's point. Like, if you removed me from my home and now we're in a situation where perhaps we're living out of like garbage bags or boxes that we could get, and we have to move and shuffle those around every so often because we can't stay here, we can't stay there, you're homeless.
That happened to me when I was a teenager. We had to move in with someone, but I never thought of it as homelessness personally. Because I was like, well, I have somewhere to go. I just would rather kill myself than be there.
Yeah. And maybe for you, it was temporary and you didn't have to do it more than once.
That's true.
Because she did say there was times they moved house to house. Her mom said that.
Yeah. And then she reiterated.
So I'm on Alicia's side with this one.
And it's like not that big a deal.
No. You don't have to be like homeless in the sense of smelly and like
on a street corner.
Yeah. There's different versions of it.
You don't have a house.
You don't have anywhere to go.
That's homeless. So I saw her point there. And I can get wanting to protect her family because of like, oh, they all stepped in and made sure they had somewhere to be. But it's like, that doesn't change when she was a child, how she felt.
Yeah.
I think that's where she's getting at. It's like, I felt like we were made to be homeless by my own father. Like, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Let her say that.
And she's a child, so emotions are always more extreme when you're a child. So what she felt is what she felt.
And it's clearly a trigger spot for her. By the end of the episode, that is clear.
Very clear.
Oh, so what happened first? Trivia night or Alicia's plan?
Trivia night.
Trivia night was first. Okay,
yeah.
Well, Ashley and what's his name? Jared hosted trivia night at Audrey's, which Alicia calls Aubrey's. And the editors had to put in a little thing that said Aubrey's equals Audrey's.
Because she just won't let it go.
I love that she never gets anything right. Someone said it. She's like Teresa of Rhode Island.
Yes, just making up her own language.
Yeah. And I love that. I don't know what Ashley was expecting to break down when she didn't uninvite Kelsey.
I think you had a fair enough warning, Ashley. Rosie said, I don't want to be there if Kelsey's there. And then you let Rosie show up and then tell her, by the way, Kelsey's still coming.
And she was like, you look so good today. Rosie was like, you have to tell me something or something. What's this? She said, I don't look that good. What do you got to tell me?
Keep it real.
Kelsey's
Rosie.
Coming. But I got to tell you, I don't think Kelsey did anything to Rosie that Rosie hasn't done to Kelsey. So Kelsey does need to take a deep breath.
You mean Rosie needs to take a deep breath?
Did I say Kelsey? Yes, I meant Rosie.
Yeah, I think Kelsey's a little immature. She keeps trying to come with these childish jokes, and it's not coming across to Rosie as funny because Rosie has the ick for Kelsey. Mm-hmm. And so anything Kelsey does is going to be just forever like the worst thing she can do. And so I think it's never going to be resolved because we have them then breaking into another argument.
In the middle of Audrey's.
Over the same thing.
Well, Kelsey rolled in with her Miss Slam Pig sash.
She said, she's beauty. She's Grace. She's Miss Slam Pig United States.
I said, I love all the pop culture in this show. Thank you, Kelsey. That was Miss Congeniality.
These young girls are doing it.
They get it. They know what people want. I didn't laugh out loud because I, first of all, already saw that coming in the preview from last week. But also I was like, I get Rosie having the ick, but Rosie, just be the bigger person over something like that.
You should have laughed at that.
And turned your back and then minded and don't talk to her. But that's just me.
And I will say, though, Kelsey did walk up to Rosie right away and be like, oh my God, Rosie, hi, how are you?
She did. Like nothing.
Like nothing happened. And I thought that was pretty hilarious because she was clearly trying to antagonize Rosie. And it worked.
And she's also so like loving on the other women. Like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Liz.
she has those other women like in the palm of her hand. And I haven't quite figured out how.
Or why.
Yet.
Me neither.
And the only thing I can think of is because she's so pretty.
And like a beauty queen. She would have the sugar daddy. I don't know. I think that's
I
on
really
to something.
just think she's pretty and she's young.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Rosie, you're pretty and you're young too. But
they picked one that they liked more.
They did. The funnier one.
That's true. And
you're a little gross. You said you pooped your pants.
And Kelsey said, she told me I suck dick for money. You're the one who hooked up with the basketball coach and he had to force you and give you money
to shut up.
To shut you up.
And I have a little bit of tea on this.
What?
Barstool Sports actually came out with a little... Yeah, Barstool Sports, David Portney, or Dave Portney, whatever his name is. He was like, this is big news in the sports world.
It is?
Because, yes, that coach that supposedly she was in an affair with was the basketball coach for Providence.
Rhode Island?
Yeah,
Makes
for the
sense.
College. And they were a really good sports team. They were doing really well. This whole thing happens with Rosie and he has to go. The wife takes him, makes him move states. And now he's a basketball coach for Georgetown. And neither team is doing good.
Oh, no.
So Rosie, I'm surprised the whole state of Rhode Island ain't mad at you.
I was just going to say, you've got 2 states of sports fans against you now. That's scary. That's like a mob.
And apparently, yeah, this coach was like super good. And after this whole thing with Rosie, he's not done very well.
Was Rosie not married during all these escapades?
Rosie's pretty young, so I would assume not.
Okay, I couldn't tell.
I want to say Rosie is probably within her first 5 years of marriage still.
Okay, I was thinking so, but I'm like, we ain't getting the answers, so I'm just going to start assuming.
They just seem like they love each other still too much.
That's a newer relationship.
That's newer.
Yeah.
Like she's getting ready and he's getting ready. It's all cute. She's like, look at my one eyelash. And he's like, oh, yeah.
It looks good. And Frank Sinatra.
No, if they had been married longer, he'd be like, look at your dumb eyelashes.
And she'd be like, I don't give a shit about Frank Sinatra. I know I'm jumping ahead, but I can't wait to see him perform some Frankie Sinatra because it's going to be a good time in that club.
It really is, because those girls are going to go back at it.
They're fighting like Salt Lake City fights.
They don't stop.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so Rosie invites the girls to go to Boston to watch her husband. I don't know her husband's name.
I keep forgetting. Rich.
Perform Frank Sinatra tunes. And on the way, the car ride there, Alicia, Liz, and Joellen all take a charcuterie to go to Boston in the car.
They were fussing over that charcuterie.
I would have been too. We didn't bring this in a Tupperware, just like Alicia said.
Yeah, she was like, or Joellen was like, it's too late now. I'm like, you're still in the driveway. You say stop, I'll go get a fucking Tupperware.
But as we're going, Alicia and Liz get into it over the homeless thing. Again.
Liz was burdened, not unburdened in this episode.
No.
Because she was sat in the back seat. Something was wrong with her.
She said, you need to move me. I need to look this bitch in the eyes when I start yelling.
She did. She said, I'm trapped back here.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to be back there either.
I hate being
her knees were touching the seat.
She was scared. She thought she was going to go flying out at one point.
Screaming.
Yeah, that's when the fight really breaks out. I didn't see the preview for this episode, so I didn't know how hard Liz was going to go.
She goes at her pretty good and just doesn't let it go. And I had to side with Alicia because, as we brought up previously, she's just validating how she felt as a child. And she's like, you just can't let the terminology go.
Right.
And you just are fixated on that and you're not listening to how I feel.
I'd be crying too. She got her sunglasses out because she was crying. I'm like,
yeah, if that's one of my good friends since childhood and you watched me go through it, like, come on, give me a break.
Yeah. And I don't need your opinion. Whether you think I was homeless or not, I'm telling you my perspective.
Yes, I lived through it, not you.
Yeah. I think Liz had a good life. It seems like it.
I mean, she's able to afford going off to California at like 21, she said. And then now she owns a marijuana company. So that takes a lot of money to invest.
That's true.
It's a lot of money to open.
Isn't it at least $1 million?
Oh, it's more than that now.
Wow. So she had it. I could tell looking at her wedding ring. I had never really seen it before this episode, but that was a rock.
That boat too. Mini
Big
yacht.
boat. With the seawall. Trivia night at Audrey's really made me laugh though, because we forgot to mention Ashley cried again.
She cries every episode.
They weren't lying when they said she's a crier. They fight and she goes behind the counter like, Jared.
And her husband says, get it together. This is Audrey's.
He said, go to the office if you need to.
People are watching.
All the customers had a great time.
I watched one of the people recording them though, and I was just like, oh.
Put your phone down. There's cameras there already.
Don't record people.
There should be a rule. I did love Ashley in the middle of crying about them fighting. Jared said, what's the name of the president's helicopter? She was like, Marine One. It's like, okay, she knew it. But I did love also, they said, Jared was like, and we learned, I didn't know Jared and Ashley were Disney adults, but
Yeah, they brought that up previously, I feel.
Did? Okay.
It was just touched on, but I could tell.
They do give that vibe, and he confirmed it in this episode. It's one of my favorite things in the world. And I didn't know. I thought he was going to say anything. And then he said, Disney. I was like, oh, okay.
I guess he kind of looks like Prince Charming.
He also kind of looks like from Tangled. Did you see Tangled, that guy? Mm-hmm. So I'd like Ashley and her husband. All the fans are like, get her off. We need a normal person. It's good to have the normal. If she could stop crying, though, that would be helpful.
She's just too pure for me, I think.
So this is Housewives.
And you're a Disney adult. It's just not clicking for me either.
I just need her to stop crying and actually stand on business, and then maybe she'd fit in a little bit better.
Acting like a 30-year-old woman to start.
Because she said, they're just fighting. And she said, and I'm like, why are you crying? They were not lying.
No.
And I've seen so many clips now from her on Bachelor in Paradise or whatever, just crying the whole time.
How'd she get picked?
So I saw the clip. Jared picked someone else originally, and she's storming around crying. They put her in the car. You know, they always escort them out. She jumped out the car and came back.
She crazy.
Crying at them. So I read some information that said he loved that so much he chose to not be with the girl he picked and pursued Ashley. I'm like, oh, he crazy too.
They both crazy a little bit.
Disney adults. Can't trust them all. Where do we go? Oh, so then back to them driving. They fight. Alicia's crying.
Yeah, and then it just ends.
And then that's the end. Wow.
Yeah.
Next week look good though. Joe, Ellen, and Liz are getting into it.
I can't wait. There was hands.
Liz was scooting her chair.
She was being very passive aggressive.
When we start pushing each other's chairs, that's when I get invested.
Yes.
So I can't wait. I do feel bad because it's at Alicia's expense kind of, but just sit there with your sunglasses on, Alicia, and you'll be fine. Oh, did we touch on Alicia's? We did not. Her business plan.
Oh, that's okay. She didn't really do much. She just brought a science board.
That's what I wanted to talk about. She brought the science board fair poster
thing,
the trifold.
It was hilarious.
She said, because that's all I know how to do.
It was not a good science board, though, that she put together.
It didn't make sense. She was bopping around.
It did not look good.
She made her daughter do that PowerPoint. And she's like, I don't know how to hook it to the TV.
Can you blame her?
No, but
sometimes it gets complicated.
It just made me laugh that she's like, here's why I'm good for business. And she cannot get it together for the presentation.
I will say her husband did admit to her that in his will and stuff, she is the beneficiary. So she's not totally going to be homeless again or have nothing if something were to happen to him. She is taken care of.
He said even a money manager so that you don't blow through
this.
Money.
And she's like, you don't trust me. And he's like, no, not with money.
I agreed with him.
But if you haven't had money your whole life, you can't hold the money.
Right. So you need someone else to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he also acquiesced and said, you should be a partner. You're right.
And he gave her a little percentage.
I was like, I like him. I was unsure about this man.
Yeah, I thought he was like controlling and stuff, but I think it's just her being a little
neurotic,
dumb and neurotic. And him she doesn't involve herself, so he doesn't involve her.
He just rolls with it. You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so they just really, she wasn't lying. They really never went through this conversation. You can tell by his reaction. They'll
never get married.
I don't think so.
She's got to plan a wedding and she's never going to do that.
He'd have to do it. But I did love your hard to follow science board, Alicia. Yes. So Don't be scared to do more like that.
No.
All right, ladies, we'll see you. I think we have another episode, 2 more next week. So see you then.
See you next week. Have a good week.
Bye.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you want to follow us. Friends of the show.
With a Z.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.